like me as a YouTuber, and you should keep that in mind. Well, though in my case I won't necessarily lie to you, I might be inaccurate in what I say, nothing more. Oh Christ, just do the 1 extra damage.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it ain't.
I can't cast that yet.
Let's mosey on back. I would like for expansions, and well-written, good, well-produced expansions, to focus on more of the factions within the Alliance and Horde. Like, a lot of the expansions have been focusing on human or at least orc stuff, and the one expansion to focus on another race as well as the orcs, Warlords of Draenor, wasn't the best of expansions. It seemed to greatly suffer from the fact that Legion was apparently being produced at the same time, and even if it wasn't Legion causing it to suffer, then it was something else. But it still seemed to be performing it seemed to be a worse expansion than Miss Pandaria. Certainly a lot of people disagree and think Pandaria was a bad expansion, but I find all in all it was pretty damn good. I certainly preferred it over Cataclysm, and Cataclysm I really didn't like, but at least Cataclysm had endgame content, unlike Warlords of Draenor. The endgame content there was Asheran. Asheran, for PvP people, now it's it. While for PvE, you had legendary quests, some garrison campaign, and I forgot to collect containers. I'll keep walking over this way. The garrison campaign and the raid, which tied in heavily with the legendary quest. There's some bits outside the raids for the legendary quest, but a lot of it was in it. Frequently, you would have to run it for, like the same raid for weeks on end to complete the legendary quest, and it wasn't interesting. Though certainly, I'm sure if you were raiding seriously, that's what some of you would have to do. I understand that. I just don't find it interesting. And it's one thing if that's one thing among other like dailies or quests you can get, but if that's all you can do, like the main thing you can do for endgame content, it's kind of goddamn boring. So I'm not really a fan of that. I'm going to be honest with you, and I think that's understandable. Don't think anyone could blame me for not being a fan of little endgame content. And like I've said in text on the screen in the past, if you haven't watching my Warlords of Draenor or reading the text, don't worry, I'm going to say it here. They certainly seem to have rushed it, or half-assed it for other reasons, rather than rushing. And when you're dealing with a topic such as alternative history, like alternative timelines, and whatnot, you kind of want to give them the time they're due, the time that they own, because otherwise you're going to mess it up. It's the kind of thing that you don't want to do, messing it up. It's because it's easy enough to do, alternative timelines. It's kind of messy, especially with the way they handled Grosh. Grom, he's also called, for those who don't know. Grom, in both timelines, was a murderous bastard. In our timeline, it's the one that I'm playing in here, at the very least tried to redeem himself and most of his atrocities were committed while he's under demon influence, demon control. While he was responsible for the action of consuming the demon blood, he was not responsible for the mass murdering he caused while under it. Certainly he's responsible for what he caused when he wasn't, but that was much less. The Warlords of Draenor Rom caused quite a lot while he was under his own influence. He was better controlled and a better person. Well, okay, I'm not going to go that far, but he was like he was better behaved after being mind controlled by a demon, or physically controlled by demons. And you think someone would be more messed up then than when they weren't. But yeah, there's something like, we will be conquerors! Let's fuck over the Draenei that we have great relationships with! Or like, at least trading relationships with. It's very bizarre.
I can't cast that yet.
So, yeah. And the fact that Draenei at the end don't like mob him and rip him limb from limb, or knock him unconscious when I say at the end, I mean Wad. During the... Okay, I was a bit of a cheeky bastard there. During the end of War to Draenor, he assists in killing Archimonde. Okay, I'm just gonna run away from them. Oh, I didn't get all the armaments. Oh yeah. I'm gonna run over here. Wait, did that potted plant fall? Meh. He's playing tricks. During the end of WoD, he helps take on Archimonde. And he holds off the demon hordes that are pouring through a portal while you try and, you know, finish the enemy off for once and for all. And, like, the Draenei whose lives he's ruined, whose loved ones he's killed, through both himself, his own actions, and the actions of his army, who, being the leader of it, he's responsible for. Especially considering he likely ordered it all. They are cheering like, woo! Even though, like, you know, he's a, you know, if his son was a war criminal, so is he. Like, as I'm not sure if genocide was his main intent, but it certainly seemed to be what he was doing. If not, it was just like mass slaughter and or enslavement of the Draenei. And, you know, they're like cheering with him, even though plenty of their comrades are enslaved by him. And it's just... don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. Pox upon your family. So yeah, it's very strange that they'll be cheering along with him and not trying to kill him or imprison him. Well, after, you know, he's after getting tired out by the fact he just was fighting a demon horde. No, they're too busy cheering along with him. Doesn't make sense. Unless the Draenei have somehow, you know, gotten so touched in the head from too many demon swipes to realize, you know, this is a guy who tried to enslave us all or kill us. Either or, depend on what took his fancy. You know, maybe they got wanked on the head. No, banged on the head too many times by his forces or the demons to realize how messed up that is. Who knows about the first, like, my misspeak. Maybe that did happen. Maybe that's why they're forgiving. Like, Troll, you up for Friday night? Oh, sorry, not Troll. Well, Grom, you up for Friday night? But anyway, jokes like that aside, you know, it's strange. And it's just a further sign of the thing being rushed. Also, the back of that boat makes me think it's Night Elven. Wait. Oh, the crate's down here. Well, this was fortunative, whatever. But yeah, this is a sunk Night Elf boat. At least it reminds me of one. I remember the things on the back of them. Unless I'm confusing them. Unicorn! So anyway, yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. I'll be curious to see your input. If you want the episode where you see the cutscene, go to the Warlords of Draenor episode marked, which subtitle is Mass Amnesia. Interesting. What you've found here is a waterproof leather tube containing a number of sheets of parchment. By the markings upon them, the pages are clearly navigation rudders, and each bears the signature of one Captain Kelisandra. You've heard of a small defended camp just east of Sunsail Anchorage. Maybe the captain's there.
What
business, have you?
This is all a mess, mage. It's all my fault. I was warned to get out of dock while there was still time, but did I listen? No. What am I to do now? The sickly blood elves, the Wretched, have made off with my magical goods, and ate them, I think. I'm pretty sure that means they can't be retrieved. And the Grimscale Morlocks parted away the rest of my goods in the dead of night. Furthermore, to kick an honest merchant when she's down, my crew abandoned ship. I think I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'll give you a hug. I'm grateful for the assistance of someone like you, Thalas. It almost puts a smile on my face. But then I realize what the monsters have done to my ship and what's happening to Thalas. Have you managed to retrieve any of my cargo? You did it! You saved me from ruin and delivered my revenge upon those disgusting creatures. Now if I can just get my pretty rangers... now if I can just get these pretty rangers here to help me with the cargo, I'll finally get out of here. I'll have to come back with Valendris when Valendris has retaken the shipyard. Here, take this coin. It's the little I can afford, the least I can do to reward your efforts.
Keep your wits about you. Victory lies ahead.
That's sort of dual swords. Maybe I'm thinking these guys. And with that spike in the ground, I thought, well, that metal thing, I thought it was like jutting into them like an arrow or something. Hello, mage. Your cipher with sore eyes. I know it's crazy for me to be here while with the anchorage overrun and with the Wretched. Slenders and his rangers have sworn to protect me on the occasion that on the condition I get out of here as soon as I've recovered my cargo. What's that you have there? It looks vaguely familiar. Oh, you sweet mage. I had no idea those disgusting Grimscale Morlocks also parted away my navigation rutters. Without them, I would have no chance of navigating the seas again once we retake the anchorage and repair the ship. Thank you so much. Here, take this coin as a sign of my appreciation.
We will have justice.
I'm gonna just check out, make sure I'm recording. I've now recorded 10 gig in this entire session. Then again, I'm recording at 780p at 60 frames per second, so it's not surprising. I'm surprised I can do that. But each episode ends up being like 2 gig. So it's like well, damn, of course I'm going to record. Like, in the past, my episodes would end up being like 2 to 5 gig at 30 frames per second at 720p. It's brilliant. Brilliant, I tells ya. Did you gather the lost weapons yet? Great job, Thalas. Let's show Wretched what we're made of. By doing fucking nothing. I'm letting you do the work. And here's a rusty sword for your efforts. The Wretched are so oblivious, gorging on foul magic, they haven't realized we've covered most of our weapons. We can't expect them to remain at their stupor though. Now is the time for a decisive attack. Let's make an example of their leader, Alderon. He was spotted on the top of the building, on the top floor of the building by the anchorage. Bring me his head. I'll reward you suitable. Sorry, hiccups. Let me make sure I'm recording. I get paranoid every so often when something like that happens, that I've paused the thing so you didn't have to hear it. I just need to tab out once more. I saw the digits going up, and it's just like, no, gotta check. Well, recording locally, yes. The thing I can record locally or stream, so I just need to check. You know what would be nice here is, now that they recovered most of their weapons, that they join me in the siege. Just a ton of them rush out, even ones that spawn in. And just they rush down the road with their weapons and start holding off them so I can make my way up to the top. Sure, I may have to fight 1 or 2 here and there, but they're holding the survivors of my earlier assault at bay. It's a nice little touch, brings some worth to me getting back their weapons. But whatever. Kintor familiar. You can only get that up via get that pet via a very time-consuming achievement. You have to go to Dalaran in Northrend. I doubt this will carry over to. Okay, I can't show you Dalaran. Okay. Can't show you Dalaran. Unless... No, I can't show you Dalaran. But basically, around Dalaran City, in different shops, there's books that spawn. They provide a little bit of lore about the world. I don't know if it's all canon. Some of it may just be flavor text more so than canon or something. You know, I don't know. It would be weird for it not to be canon, but that's my one paranoia thing. That's like, I don't want to say it is canon and for it to be like the most in-canon thing in the games, you know? So, but regardless, the point is, once you read all the books, you'll get a mail, you'll get a letter in the post or something, and it will send you towards the... Okay. Oh, he's been flagged so all people can take him on, not just whoever initially tags him. That used to be the way, but that's been changed. Oh, jump, break me legs. I combined a neck and legs to negs. Negging is actually a thing some people do. There's a thing called pickup artists. I think they're predominantly guys, but I'm not sure if there's anything to say stop a lesbian from using their tactics. But from what little I know, and what little I know comes from a very biased source. A biased source that I'm looking back on and realizing how biased they were and generally shitty person they were. They said some things. I didn't see these things, but someone else who was a critic of them pointed me in their direction. Since I'm saying basically negging is you, according to the biased person, is you insult the person a little, so they want your what you want to shag, so they want your approval. Of course, that could be entirely incorrect. I never looked it up. If you know the correct one, tell me. It's like minor insults, so they want your approval or think you're, you know, someone special or something. I don't know. But basically, the person, they've said a lot of things. Apparently, they misrepresented people a lot, though I have never confirmed that. What I did confirm was them asserting that a woman forcing herself on a man, you know, raping a man, is not rape. It's sexual assault. And while they did take it back, they never said, you're right, it is that. No, they said, like, if it needs to be taken seriously, and to be taken seriously called rape, then that's fine. If to be taken seriously it needs to be called rape, then fine. That was like their wording. They had a bigger, longer post, but that was the crux of it. It's despicable. And it's just like, ugh. And it's just that people like that irritate me, as I'm sure if someone said the inverse about, you know, like the inversion of it, they will be like ripping their hair out, shitting out of fury. They like, you know, you could just look at them and say like, yeah, they got the fury shits. But no. They turn around and say something like that. Irritates me. People like that irritate the hell out of me. If you actually look at my Twitter, you'll see me ripping the shreds off of people, but you'll see me giving out about certain people because they irritate me in certain different ways. Like they may say, oh, I champion equality, but clearly not. It irritates the hell out of me. A lot of people think you can champion equality by being sexist, by being racist, by being a bigot. It irritates the hell out of me. Ugh. Anyway. Well, do you have his head or not? I got his head alright. Oh, you did want that one. I'll keep that for myself, I suppose. Oh, right. Stuff it, put it on my mantelpiece. Well, do you have his head or not? I have no time to waste, Thalas. You've defeated him after all. Undoubtedly my men softened him up for you. I jest, mage. You've done well. You'll make a name for yourself if you keep your nose clean. Oh, don't worry, I do that frequently. You. For some reason the male bracers were shitter than the cotton leather. Let's go over here and turn in the, do I have bracers? Yes. I'll put these on regardless. Even though I won't even notice the difference, really. Let's look at character model.